Hello everyone, my name is Okan Sebastian Altintop. I'm the COO of AMRA Consulting International. We're a company who offers global Microsoft Dynamics 365 for finance and operations implementation services. Now today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can import currency exchange rates into Dynamics 365 for finance and operations system. And as you can see, we have already logged into the system, and by clicking modules, we can actually get into the modules of the system. By choosing General Ledger and clicking Currencies, we can see all the sections under it. So before we are going to import anything, we have to configure the exchange rate provider first. So by clicking this button, we can actually configure the exchange rate provider. So by clicking New, you can choose which whenever you want to choose. We're going to be going with the Central Bank of Europe. So by clicking OK, we have now configured the exchange rate provider. So it was very easy stuff to do. You don't have to do anything else in here. So by just clicking Save, now we have configured the Central Bank of Europe as the rate provider. So let's click the modules next. And by going a little bit down in here, now we can actually import the currency exchange rates. So as you can see here, we have all of these things open now. They've actually came to me as a default, but by clicking this button, you can actually choose the exchange rate types, whether if it's going to be the market currency rate or the default budget rate or default closing rate or whatever. We're just going to be choosing the default global rate. Then we choose the exchange rate provider, which we just did, which is Central Bank of Europe. So we can click that. And then we can choose if we want to import as of today's date or date range, but we're just going to be choosing today's date because we're doing it today. But if you would choose the date range, then you would add the date range down below here. Now we also have these different buttons in here, whether if you want to create necessary currency pairs or if you want to single rate for date range and stuff like that. But we're just going to be choosing this one and this one, obviously, because we want to create the necessary currency pairs and we want to have the rate from the previous date. Now, if you wouldn't want these, then you would obviously click that button there and it would change to no. Now, if you would have some existing exchange rates already in the system, you could put this as yes, and it would override the previous existing exchange rates. And if we would want to prevent importing a national holiday, then we would choose this one. All right. So if we come back down here, we can also do the batch processing if we would want to. So by clicking recurrence, we can actually set up the recurrence for the batch process, whether we want it to be patterning on days or weeks or months or whatever, and through the time zone and when we want to actually start the batch processing. But we're not going to be doing the batch processing in today's video, so we're just going to be leaving the batch processing off. But also, if you would want to set some alerts for your batch, you could also choose it from here, whether you would want to have an alert when the batch has ended, if it has errored, or whether if it has canceled. We're just going to cancel, leave the batch processing to no, and press OK. So now the system is actually going to import the currency exchange rates. So we're just going to wait, and voila, it has actually done it. So now we go back to modules, and we go actually to the currency exchange rates. So by clicking that, now we can actually see all the currency exchange rates. So now we have the euro to AUD and all these different types of currency exchange rates in here. So by clicking here, we can see the currency exchange rate for today, which was in 2013 253 for 100 euros, but right now the exchange rate is 618 for 100 euros. So now these have been updated in here for today's date, and that's about it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys got some kind of information from today's video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.